Hi guys, Dumelang Avsheni, hello. Welcome guys to our crazy world. These are the Ngongos. My name is Noglunga Ngongo and I'm married to
mina igama lami ngumsawethu wakangcongo.
Yes guys. So hey, finally it's been long overdue. Yay, people have been requesting us to start this channel, and we've been holding back so much, and literally this year we were like, we have nothing to lose, so why not, and as sometimes chilling, having drinks, we give each other like relationship advice, and we find ourselves on the we are the ones who are giving advice more than receiving, understand, and people actually take that and use it, and not to say that we're experts or about relationship, not we are just doing it. We are 3 years in, guys, can you believe it? But God has been faithful, and literally kule 3 years encane sesihlalile sobabili kukhona esikufundile and experience that we believe we can share with you guys, and it can help you in your relationships nani nikhule, even your relationships zikhule ekwazini uNkulunkulu.
So since so the reason why we were like, okay, let's start this channel because people has been asking for it, and then we're like, okay, I see it because like we don't know guys with Genzala, and maybe 666 we are house ufile doba mhlawumbe uyagoqa asiqalele le channel mhlawumbe abakhona zobasiza abazosala, so makuthi mhlawumbe uyagoqa, so we're like siyayiqala this time, but but that was the reason ukuthi i-channel siyiqale, but akuyona into mhlawumbe sesiplanile ukuthi sifuna uqala i-channel, but then masihleli nabangani bethu sikhuluma nabo, they are so interested ku-relationship yethu, banama-questions amaningi abafuna ukuwabuza, so hopefully bazoyibuka-ke le channel, and then hopefully sothola nabanye abangani that we don't know on YouTube maybe abangaba interested or who might be experiencing some of the things that we are going to talk about, and we are not going to talk about something which maybe I've been reading a book or what. No, assist the intelligence guys, like okay, maybe some of the things that was issue might be helpful, but tina sikhuluma ngento that experience like okay, and again, there are things that are there in the world as to hey man, it's the logo, and we're like, this thing is not working for us, so we approach that. So that's what we're going to talk about, our experience.
So guys, for today it's topic here, so people are very interested in the dynamics of our relationships, now like the dynamic of our relationship, because okokuqala umfana wasemakhaya nangintombazana yaseGoli.
Okay, let's put it this way, because but like what we want to talk about today is that how do you manage backgrounds ahlukene coming together in to make a relationship, because asikhuliswa ngendlela efanayo as esho. Okay, continue here uthe as esho ukuthi mina ngikhulele KZN.
Like for Tina it's a huge dynamic ukuthi yena ukhulele emakhaya, like deep emakhaya, and then mina like ngikhulele eGoli solely, like angiyazi inhlobo impilo yasemakhaya. Yes, bengivakashela, but a week in a year, so so
because
my background counts.
Because the reason why we feel like we need to talk about ama backgrounds wethu ukuthi most of ama problems or izinto esilwe ngazo when we sit down, we're like, all these things are pointing back to the fact that our backgrounds, our fun in most of the things, it can be la sikhulele khona, mina ngikhule ngenye indlela, uNokulunga ngikhule ngenye indlela, and things that we used to do, things that are there around la sikhulela khona, you see. So those things uthola ukuthi uNokulunga expect me to do things in a certain way, and then mina and actually it's something that you cannot get mhlambe nisa data, because umuntu benisa data ukunikeza what you want. I can be that guy, yabo, but then masishadile, like I have to keep it real, because you know I cannot uke wabona umuntu benisa data niye na restaurant mehle umuntu esifazane ubona edla kahle ngefogeni nayo, oh mase nisendlini phela lo muntu uzodla nje uzobona ukuthi kanti udla kanje. So that's when we realized ukuthi okay, all these things are pointing back to i-background yethu ukuthi asirizwanga ngendlela efanayo. So sizozikhuluma lezi zinto categorize, like from finance, from managing a house in general. So yeah,
even the relationship itself, managing the relationship itself, and third parties, abantu who are not like they are influencing the relationship, if I may say, like family, friends, close friends and stuff like that. So yeah, where do we start? Like
okay.
So how does
okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What are the things that you have, like oge was born is a factor in our relationship? Ozibona ukuthi oh man le i-background yakhe shem, like ukuthi ubuyaphi and all those things.
Yeah. Okay. Like mina thina la ekhaya sikhule sazi ukuthi umfana nentombazana kuyafana, konke kuyaklina, konke kuyapheka, konke kuyawasha, like everything, you know. So I have two, it's me, my sister and my brother ne. So ubhuti wami can do all of these things ngale ndlela nami ngikwazi ukuzenza ngayo, even ukudlula sometimes, yabo. So now coming into emshadweni wethu sinomsa, yabo, I'm already ngingene naleyo expectation ukuthi okay, he might not be able to do all of these things, but I'm willing to teach, yabo. But then mase siqhubeka nge-relationship yangena impatience yami, because vele ngikhulele kuleyo background ukuthi everyone does everything for themselves, yabo. So now I started becoming impatient towards him, yabo, ngoba yena ke phela when it comes to those things, like he is so slow, and mina I'm like, you know, get with it. So yeah, for me that has been the biggest.
And remember, these things that she's talking about are the things that you cannot get from dating, because ngeke ukwazi ukuthi umuntu, even noma ungangibuza uthi ngiyakwazi ukupheka, I will say yes, ngiyakwazi, yabo. Uyakwazi ukucleana, I will say yes. But then like ukupheka engikhuluma ngako mina is not ukupheka khuluma ngako nokulunga. Ukucleana mina engikhuluma ngako is not ukucleana khuluma ngako, because mina mangikhuluma ngokucleana thina sikhulele endlini around, just ukushanela nje indlu around, suqedile sucleanile. Yena mekhuluma ngokuclean ukhuluma ngenye into, because la ekhulele khona akufani. Mekhuluma ngokupheka, mina ngikhule like from grade 11, if I'm not mistaken, from grade 10 bese ngihambile ekhaya sengihlala ngedwa. So nomngani wami besipheka, futhi besipheka ukudla okuzosenza isisuthi. Lo mekhuluma ngokupheka manje ungitshela enye into, ufuna ngifake Worcester sauce, like angiyazi le nto, ngaqala ukubona the day siyothenga igrocery, ngithi mina yo yini manje le izokwenza lento emnyama kanje, yabo. So like into engeke uzibone ni data leyo, because nidle ema restaurant, anibi ku situation la kumele ngicline khona, unlike unless ke mhlambe manihlalisana ke, but nje mani data ningakahlalisani ngeke uzibone lezi zinto lezi. And guys, lezi zinto zibaluleke kakhulu ukuthi niz understand ukuthi nizodila nazo lezi zinto lezi, because i-background yomuntu, if ubona ngempela ukuthi at least check ukuthi lo muntu ukhulelephi, ubone ukuthi uzoyimelane abantu abakhulele, mhlawumbe ubuze abantu abadala bayazazi izinto, mhlawumbe uye nangimama ukuthi angitshela umuntu okhulele kaNongoma, umfana okhulele kaNongoma ukhule kanjani. Uzotshela umuntu belusa inkomo, benzani bese uyabona ukuthi uzokwazi yini ukudila nalona, ngoba noma ngabe kuthiwa udokotela, noma ngabe kuthiwa accountant, noma kuthiwa uyini, like we are not talking about that now. Maybe sizoba ne-topic yaloko one day, but today we are talking about the background, like pure background. Then lento le ukuthi ukhule kanjani izokwenza ukuthi understand ukuthi maybe because wena mhlawumbe ukhulele eAlbertine, or ukhulele eChesterville, or ukhulele eLikazi, eNelspruit, or ukhulele kuphi. So leyo nto leyo yenza ukuthi lo muntu lo manje understand ukuthi umuntu ekhule ngenkomo, a cowboy, and a location girl, or a girl yase-suburb, things are not going to be the same. So how are we going to deal with that?
Yeah. So for me, Nanje, that was the highlight, and sometimes still is now, because in as much as he's catching on, yabo, I'm still like, into kulenga, like, you must understand ukuthi ekukhuleni kwakho, that's like probably 20 years of your life, and then now usushade 3 years, and when you are expecting this person ukuthi afunde zonke lezi zinto lezi wena wazifunda in 20 years, yena kule 3 years fanele ngabe uzimasterisha futhi uthi above kuwena, which is not fair, So wena, what was your
like ziningi yabo. Okay, background, talking about this thing ukuthi mina where I grew up, really, you have to look after izinkomo and all those things that everything has mentioned before. So getting someone ozongitshela ukuthi angiclean, and the problem is when uthi siyaclean manje kuseni, I'm like mina ngisafuna ukulala phela, especially bengidlalela ngedwa. So umuntu uzokuthi asiclean, asiwashe, uyabo, uzokutshela ukuthi unokulunga, uzokutshela ukuthi asiwashe yonke washing, maqeda ukuwashwa ayinwe, yabo. Mina like ngazi ukuthi into ngiyayina mase ngizoyiqoka, ukuthi ngesontweni ngizoyina, even impahla zasemsebenzini ngizoyina nalo lusuku engiya ngale emsebenzini. Ngiyazi ukuthi ekuseni ngivuka ngigeze, ngoba kurevel ukuthi bengidla breakfast ngisase single, so mayikhona mayingekho ayikho ngizobona emgwaqeni ukuthi ngizothengani. So manje fanele udle breakfast ekuseni, wenze zonke lezi zinto lezi, and mina if angifuna ukuzenza manje sengathi yabo. So
ngazathi he doesn't want to be in the relationship.
Yeah, and guys, like thina sikhulele emakhaya vele, we know ukuthi umakoti fanele akuphekele, fanele akwenzelena, uyakwenza lokho, but lana is edrobheni la, yabo, khona emakhaya. Some of the things then mangase kuthiwa awuthathe umuntu wala edrobheni, unkosikazi wala edrobheni, uthi umntrenye unkosikazi asemakhaya, then wena uzohlala wenzeni? Ayikho into ongayenza la, asikho isibaya, azikho inkomo, ayikho nento ongayifixa, mhlawumbe ukuthi uzofixa inamawindow. What are you going to do? So nawe uyabona nawe mosebenzisa ingqondo ukuthi okay, awuqinisile, as I have to come to the party ngempela, and then now you try ukuthi uze kwi, but it's been hard nje namanje kusasenzima nje ukuthi because into engayijwayele leyo, even ukwasha izitsha like senzima, but into engiyenzayo.
And I must say, guys, like, he's doing exceptionally well, because I'm not the easiest person to, for mina I'm OCD, and angitolerate nje indawo ebhedayo, yabo. So naye under pressure, and I must say ukuthi he's doing very, very well, and sometimes shame ngiba lenient, but then obviously and he's on the receiving end, which I cannot speak for him, but guys, from my side, shame, he's doing well.
But definitely, guys, I'm not going to complete this course because I'm waiting for Bongobile to grow up and take over. I'm not gonna. Some of the things, guys.
Yeah.
Like yabo, I remember i-relationship yethu iqale ngendlela yokuthi things had to be like izinto kwakumele ukuthi zihambe. We had to hit the ground running like this because masishada unokulungisa pregnant uyasebenza ngiyasebenza so ufanele abuyele emsebenzini after 2 months ne 4 months and then mase sebuyele emsebenzini unqobile kumele asale nami and you know usele nonqobile una 5 months una 6 months.
And because my job, I was working night shift and day shift. So I'm still at work, night shift. So he had to take over from Umamake, who was graceful enough to help us mobile at that time. And then she would go back to her place and then he would stay until
so if I say I don't want to help out, yabo. Lo muntu lo ngihlale naye pregnant. So lendo le manje is into engazi ngi-anticipate ukuthi i-background yami will be exposed so quickly ukuthi kahle kahle angizazi izinto eziningi and then lo muntu uhlala nayo pregnant umuntu o-pregnant uslow kwenzeni izinto nawe uyabona ukuthi you know what ngizoba nehlazo la I have to ukuthi ngisize lapho ukwazi ukupheka lapho ukwazi ukuclean lapho you know all these things. So there's a problem for me. So all we are trying to say here ukuthi if awuyenzi i-background womuntu some of the things zingayenza ngathi ushada umuntu wrong yabo because unolunga usiyabona ukuthi this guy is useless phela manje yabo because much like okay whatever that amenza ukuthi engayisho kuyanenza ukuthi angithanda or ayibona whatever isiqale yafade manje uthi is it gonna be like this for how long? This guy can't do anything yabo. So lezo zinto lezo serious relationship because today we are talking about it as if like akade ngabe angry nambe ngabe angry. We will be very very angry with each other ukuthi lo ufuna ngisula amakake ngani ungijwayela kabi yabo and I like
yabona leyo
ngakuye yena uthi ngakuye yena side lakhe uthi this guy ucabanga ukuthi mina ngizofike ngiwashe ngipheke ngithi ngisapheka ngithi mhlambe washing isahleli lapha naye ingane yakhe afuna ngigijime futhi kube mina ngiyishintsha. Now I be like yeah it's true man, she can't do everything and then ngizohlala ngenzeni ngicofa ifoni so
noma ungathi okay fine mina ngizoshintsha ingane qhubeka wena upheke akakwazi yina akakwazi ukugoqoza bakwethu yabo. So what we're trying to say is that even if now as umuntu wesifazane you cannot do all of these things yabo and mhlambe your other significant other yena uya excel kuzona you know, try being active, you know, acting in it. Okay, how can I help my partner in anything futhi besides cleaner and whatever? How can I help my partner? We are taught at a young age the guy is the provider, but today even the ladies are able to provide for themselves. So by us being able to provide for ourselves in the marriage structure now, you are able to provide for yourself and you are helping him to provide for the rest of the family. You understand? So even though income yakho ungayinikezi yena like directly which okay income yami ayihlale kuwe but income yakho ikhona izinto ezenzayo la endlini to show ukuthi you are helping him to be the provider. Naye ke manje he must come and help you kuma duties wakho or kwizinto that he expects you to do around the house. So he must also come to them. If akakwazi ukupheka, he must learn how to cook because you're not going to be there all the time. You understand? You are raising kids. Sometimes mongeko abantwana bazodlala. They can't live on takeaways. So he must be able to cook, must be able to clean. Even so ngeko yabo ungobile mengaclean ngale ndlela expectwe ngayo kwangcongo. He's able to say no ngobile, you don't do this, you do that. You understand?
And another thing, there is a problem. There is a background problem. Finance. Yabo, if you think ukuthi because udoctor nami ngiyini or because uthisha nami ngiyini then sizohlanganisa ama salary
then it's gonna be very rich.
Hey, guys, that part is very okay from Tina experience it because of our background as well.
Yes.
But for some people, mhlambe manikhulile yabo khona abantu abakhulile ngokufana, exactly ngokufana, and indlela abacabanga ngayo futhi iyafana.
But my habits.
I don't know ukuthi vele sathana na kanjani if izinto eziningi zizenza ngokungafani, but we'll talk about that.